Howdy folks, welcome to another episode of Tractor Monkey's shop, where if you enjoy watching paint dry or the grass grow, you're at the right place. Today, oh, and by the way, I am not Tractor Monkey, I just work for him, and he lets me sleep over in the corner and he feeds me lunch. But anyways, today he wants me to change the engine oil, and so that's what we're going to do. See if I can set this up where you can see it. It's not rocket science. If you're physically able to lay on the ground, you can change your own oil. This is the first time I've done it on this tractor though. The drain plug is right there. You can see it right there. There's the drain plug, and it looks to be a 17 millimeter. And the hydraulic hose for the steering's just a little bit in the way, not too bad, but just slightly in the way there. So yeah, I'm not really strong enough to do that without a wrench, so I guess I better go get one, huh? See if we can get it off here. Get my pan lined up. Uh-oh. It's not too hot. See if I can do this without dropping it in the pan. Gonna get my hose all dirty. There she goes, dripping all over. Alright. Isn't that exciting watching it pour out? Don't fall asleep. Alright, I'm gonna fast forward it. Okay, it's done draining. I just had to chase a bird out of here trying to help me, and I didn't want him to take credit for this, otherwise I won't get any lunch, so I had to chase him out. Alright, let's put the drain plug back in, because I gotta show that, because nobody knows how to put a drain plug back in. And I just got through looking at the book, and I didn't see any torque value for this. It just says do not over tighten. That's all it said. Alright, so now comes probably the hardest part, and that's going to be the filter, because if it's anything like the transmission filter was, it's going to be on there stupid crazy tight. Well, let's find out. Alright, I'm going to take the dipstick out because it's sort of in the way. So I already guess I'll put it over here. Now, this could be a challenge to hold the camera and try to do this at the same time, but let's see. Now, for this type of wrench, there's not really a whole lot of room here, especially if it's straight. I've got it a little crooked, so I mean, ain't got much room here because of this engine mount's in the way, and up here this stuff's in the way, and over here this other engine mount's in the way. So I've got another kind of pliers type. Let's try this first just to see if it works. Oops. Yeah. Let me put the, see if I can set the camera up here somehow or another. Try that. Oh, hey, it's moving. So I had to mangle the transmission filter getting it out. At least it's moving a little bit. There we go. Yeah, better line up the pan in here. And changing oil always makes a nice mess on your vehicles, running down stuff. The worst thing I've ever seen, I was watching some YouTube videos on the new Ford trucks where it's got the plastic oil pan and big plastic plug, and then there's like a sway bar or something right under the thing, and when the oil comes out it splashes that bar, and it's going all over the place. Makes me not want to buy a Ford truck after looking at that. Alright, that left a mess. Let's see if I can wipe it off. Okay, I'm going to use a John Deere oil filter number M806418. And yeah, I know there's cheaper options out there, but that's what I have today. And of course, if you know how to change oil, you know you're supposed to oil up the gasket so it'll seal properly. And you want to make sure you look at the engine block and make sure that your old gasket isn't still stuck on there if you don't know about that. And when I was 20 years old, I had a 1973 Trans Am, and I was going to change the oil, and anyways, nobody told me to look out for that because my dad was not a mechanical type person. He had somebody do all his maintenance and everything. So I'm changing the oil in the filter, and I'm all done, and I crank it up and I hear a big splashing noise. So I turn it off, get out, look under the car, and there's oil everywhere. So I drained what was left back out, and I took both filters, the old one and the new one, down to the parts store that I got it from, and showed the parts guy that, you know, something wasn't right. They didn't look the same, you know. And the parts guy said, well, dumbass. Well, no, he didn't say that, but he said, your gasket is missing, and you know where it is. It's still on the engine. So I double gasketed it. That's why it didn't work. But I didn't do that no more, I bet you. Alright. That should be good. And anyways, this engine's got 2 oil fills. I noticed when I took this off the first time, this rubber O-ring was stuck on here, was stuck right there, and when I was wiping it, it fell off on the floor. So, you know, watch for that, don't lose it. I guess I'll just leave that off. And it's got another one on top of the engine over there, because you know, this engine probably goes in a bunch of different type vehicles and so forth. So book shows you using that one. Probably easier to get to than the other one. So I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to prop it up there. Yeah, I'll stick the dipstick back. And you can use the oil of your choice. Today I'm not using John Deere oil, so don't make any death threats or come by and firebomb my shop, because I'm not using John Deere oil. The John Deere place is 30 miles one way, and Tractor Supply and Walmart, they're like 2 miles away. So guess where I went? One of them. Okay, so I rigged up a funnel here on a wire so it wouldn't, so I can use 2 hands. Let's see if I can do this without spilling any. The book says it holds 2.9 quarts. And I spilled some. Now you get the idea. Okay, all done. So, see you next time on another episode of Tractor Time with, wait a minute, that's a different show. How about, well, there's your, no, I can't say that either. Oh, I'm just going to cut the camera off then.